In the stillness of dawn, silence held the weight of an empire that dared not breathe. The desert waited, calm, endless, and heavy with the memory of kings. Every empire begins with a line drawn on a map, a simple mark of pride that soon becomes a border of blood. From that line, destiny starts to unfold. They walked not for glory but for survival, step after step through dust and heat, carrying the weight of their dying homeland on their shoulders. Before the first drop of blood fell to the sand, they swore loyalty written in fire. Their hearts burned brighter than the dawn, bound by a promise that death could not break. The enemy's heart stood carved in stone, cold, unyielding, waiting to be broken. Yet even stone trembles when courage strikes hard enough. And from fire, war was born, a blazing storm of rage and destiny. In that moment, the world forgot peace and remembered only the sound of steel. When the ground shakes beneath the feet of men, even gods pause to listen. For it is not thunder they hear, it is the heartbeat of war itself. The silence of dawn shattered into a storm of screams and steel. What once was calm now burned with the fire of vengeance and the cries of the forgotten. One man's fury can turn the tide of nations, for when rage burns with purpose, even destiny steps. As the ruler watched the chaos unfold, not as a man, but as fate itself, silent, unblinking, and burdened with the knowledge that some destinies cannot be undone, to make way. The ruler watched the chaos unfold, not as a man, but as fate itself, silent, unblinking, and burdened with the knowledge that some destinies cannot be undone. Flame became their language, destruction their prayer, every spark a word, every blaze a sentence written upon the world's skin. Every wall has a breaking point, even kingdoms. The stronger the stone, the louder the fall when pride finally gives way. When the banner falls, so does belief. A single piece of cloth, torn and trampled, can silence 1,000 hearts. The sky itself turned against them, dark and merciless, lightning tearing across heavens that once blessed their victories. Pain reminded him he was still alive, still fighting, still breathing in defiance of every wound meant to end him. Sometimes victory hides in shadows, unseen, uncelebrated, but no less real. It belongs to those who endure when the light fades. Darkness carries its own kind of courage, the kind that moves without witness, that bleeds without praise, and still stands. War shows no mercy, only mirrors that reflect who we truly are when the masks are burned away. Hope returned, fragile yet fierce, born from ash and fury. It rose quietly, like the first light after endless night. Heroes fall, but legends never kneel. Their bodies may rest, but their names rise higher than death itself. When all seemed lost, he became the storm, a force of will and wrath that no blade could stop, no fear could contain. Steel met flesh, courage met fear, and in that collision, the true weight of survival was revealed. Even victory demands its price, and it's always blood. Every triumph leaves a shadow, and every winner carries ghosts. Fate changed its mind that day, the hunted became the hunter, and the weak rose with eyes that burned brighter than fear. The empire that once ruled the desert now fled across its own sands, haunted by the echo of its pride and the ghosts of its forgotten power. War never truly ends, it only sleeps beneath the ashes, waiting for the next whisper, the next hand, the next reason to rise again. They carried scars, but also stories, proof that legends bleed and that even broken men can carry the light home. A crown is not worn on the head, it rests on the weight of choices, every jewel a decision, every shine a burden. In triumph, silence speaks louder than celebration. For those who have seen loss, victory is not a sound, it is a breath. Every secret has a heartbeat, hers was loud enough to shake empires. Hidden beneath grace, it waited like a storm behind her smile. Truth cuts deeper than any sword, and it spares no one. It finds its way through armor, through lies, through the heart itself. Love built their kingdom, stone by stone, heart by heart. But betrayal, cold and quiet, would decide. Some victories are lonely, and some losses never fade. Time moves on, but the heart remembers what the crown forgets. Empires fade, kings fall, and the sands cover all, but their stories live on, whispered in every dawn that follows.